Everyone, this is Dr. Neeta, and I welcome you all to our I'm a Winner, Believe and Achieve workshop. It's a second day of our workshop. Today, we are going to see the interesting story of Ant and Elephant. So, let's begin with Ant and Elephant story of our I'm a Winner workshop. This story is Leadership for the Self. It is influenced with the book The Ant and the Elephant, and the author of the book is Vinci Poscente. Meet the character of the story. Now, whatever names have given in the book are Adir for ant, for elephant it is Elgo, and for all it is Breo. Now here, to make it more interesting, I have changed the name of the characters. Uh, and even I'm not going to tell you the story as it is. I have made some changes within the story so that it should actually match to our concept. So meet the character of these stories. Ant is Chanchal and elephant is Gambhir. Now, why ant and elephant? Right now, it's a suspense. We will reveal it very soon why we have chosen these two characters in this story. But right now, you just think about the characteristics of ant and characteristics of elephant. One by one, first begin with ant, that is Chanchal. Now, you all know Chanchal, that is ant. They always work in team, so they live in some colony or savanna, and they always form team and they do a lot of work. They can actually weigh the weight more than 5 times of their own weight, and they work hard. They are very disciplined, and actually they always think about future, and they are self-disciplined in all the matters. So all these are the characteristics of ant. Now, character of our story, that is Chanchal. Chanchal was an ant who actually always want to be a good leader, but unfortunately no one listened to him, and even he find that he was not good at his work. Whatever work he was doing, always he was getting some kind of problem in his work, and that's why the queen and king was not happy with his work. But still, actually everyone likes him and give him one after another responsibility, so that at least some work he can actually do in a better way. And Chanchal always want to be a good leader, but always he can't do that, and that's why he always feel, oh, I can't be a good leader, no one listens to me. Why should it happens to me only? Why always me? All that kind of thing actually he always used to think. Now, one stormy night was actually it was a change, a turning point in Chanchal's life. That was a very stormy night, and at that moment of time, every one was sleeping in their whatever home they have formed, and suddenly they realize that it's storm and it's going to destroy their home, and that's why they need to actually move from there, otherwise no one may get saved their life. So that's why someone came to Chanchal, and he just shook him from his deep sleep, and Chanchal just scratches antenna and look at him, and he say, oh, there is a big storm, we have to move fast. So get up fast, get ready, we all have to move. So all that kind of instruction he was getting, and when he looked around, there was a complete chaos and there was a complete mess. Now he think that now it's a time to actually become a good leader. So he was shouting, and he was actually asking everyone, this side, you we will find a good shelter, chalo, move this side and follow me, and all that kind of thing actually he was telling, but no one was listening as usual to him. And they everyone goes in one corner, one side, and Chanchal went to another side. Chanchal actually think that other ants following him, and that's why he was going into another direction. And later on, he realized that no one is following him. But after that, whatever has happened, it actually changed his life. There was a very huge storm, and the wind flows in such a direction that the little tiny ant, that is Chanchal, flew away from that position wherever he was, and actually he get landed to somewhere a very different and new place, and he was actually get separated from his other colony members like anything, because of one wind, another wind, and wind after wind, wind after wind, he was actually flowing in the air, and he was just moving ahead and ahead and ahead and ahead. And it was too long, actually he went in with that storm, that he went into a very very new location, the totally new place, which he have actually, he might have never seen that place. It was very different, everything was very different. But he just slept. He was not knowing what has happened to him. That was a stormy night. When next day morning the storm actually stopped, and he wake up from his sleep, at that moment of time he realized that the world is different around him. Now he is not actually living in the same place wherever he actually spent his whole life. So that was a new place, and that is how no one was there. No, neither friend or any colony member was there along with him, and he was the only one over there. And that's how now Chanchal need to start his new life, because now Chanchal is left alone. There is no one to follow him. He always want to be a good leader, but now he left uh, alone in another location, new place which he has not never seen. And now another life was started for Chanchal. So one evening, it was a very nice evening. He was getting food and everything. He has collected a good amount of food. But one evening, one crow come to Chanchal, and crow just look at his food, and he just tried to grab the food. And Chanchal was very angry. He just looked at the big crow, and he say, "Oh, you are going to take my food? I have taken lots of effort to collect this much food. How dare you taking my food?" And the crow look at the small tiny Chanchal, and he just say, so what if I'm taking your food? What's your problem? You are going to fight with me? Oh, then at that moment of time, Chanchal say, oh, no, no, not absolutely. I was actually trying to ask you whether the food is good or not. And that's how, just one courtesy call I have given to you, nothing else, nothing else, don't take it seriously. Okay, okay, then it's fine, crow says. And crow says, who cares, this is not that much good food. Now I'm going to Oasis. Do you know about Oasis? Oasis is the place wherein everyone get lots of food. There are lots of water, all the resources are available, and everyone is very happy over there. I'm going to Oasis. Now I don't care about your food. And he just grab all his food into his bag, and he just get all the food in. And the tiny ant was just staring to him, and he was asking him, trying to ask him about Oasis. Oh, where is that Oasis? I also want to go there. Please tell me. And crow actually look very angrily at that tiny ant, and he says, who cares? And he just uh, make his beak in the upward direction and flew away. And that's how that crow has taken all his food, even not tell anything about the oasis. But now this tiny animal has got a very good point or goal, that he also want to go to oasis. Now next target for Chanchal was to actually reach to oasis. Another morning, he actually listened to chirping of birds, and everyone was talking about Oasis. They were talking about how nice Oasis is, how wonderful it is. Actually, how abundance of all kind of things are there. So everyone was talking about it, and everyone was mentioning that they all need to go to oasis only, and that's how actually he listened, and he again think of it. Oh, I just want to go to oasis, I want to go to oasis. That's how Chanchal was thinking and thinking. Then actually Chanchal tried a lot. Yet we are not going to make the entry of Gyani Baba. I'll just make you meet with Gyani Baba soon. But prior to that, just listen about Chanchal, what actually he has done. Now he has got his goal. It was very clear that he has to reach to Oasis. So he has started his journey. From morning to evening, he just think of Oasis. He think in which direction that crow was actually flew away, in which direction these birds were gone. In the same direction, he think, oh, they are, everyone goes to east. And in the morning, he marched on the east direction. He just go on, keep on going, going and going, and tired. And but in the evening, at the end of the day, when he was actually going toward east, at the end of the day, he find himself, his direction was changed. He just find himself landing in the south direction. In the next day again, he was surprised, he was shocked, he was not getting anything. Again, next day he started his journey. He thought that was a west, and that's why he started his journey to a west, and he just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. And at the end of day, when he actually tired and tried to take some rest, after opening the eyes again, he find himself landing to another direction. He was not understanding what is happening with him. Actually every day he keep on walking and trying to go in one direction, but at the end he was finding himself landed to another direction. He was confused. Now the situation of frustration come, because he was trying hard to get somewhere, but he could not. And everyone knows that whenever we got confused, depressed, or any kind of problem, we go to some astrologer or some babaji and we ask for the solution. In the same way, Chanchal was confused now, and he was depressed, and actually he was trying to take some sort of suggestion from some sort of baba, and he was heard about Gyani Baba. Gyani Baba, just meet now to Gyani Baba, is one of the very wise all. Everyone actually take his advice whenever they got any kind of problem, and all actually Gani Baba used to help them all to sort out their issues. He was one of the wisest bird or animal in his species, in that forest, and everyone knows him very well, that he is always actually give a very nice and wonderful advice to everyone. So that's why everyone has a very deep faith and trust on Gyani Baba. And the same story for Chanchal. Chanchal was also having a very deep faith on Gyani Baba, and that's why he just think about Gyani Baba. And what happens, just he open his eyes, and what he sees, Gyani Baba was there just beside him. He was very, and he told him that, oh Gyani Baba, I'm very happy to see you. That moment of time, Gyani Baba asked him, what has happened to you? So Chanchal told him all the story, what has happened, how actually he want to be a very good leader in his life, but how problem has come and he could not become a good leader in his savannah. But now after that storm, how his life has changed and how he has landed at a very new location, and he is trying to go in some direction, but every time he is trying to go in one direction, he is actually landed to another direction. All the problem he has actually told Gyani Baba as it is. And after that, whatever reality Gyani Baba actually told to him, that reality actually make him shock and change his life and perception like anything. Gyani Baba told him that, do you know what happened that night? He says, no, I don't know. What happened? He says, that night you are landed somewhere. That somewhere is what? You just come to me and come on my clothes. And that's how he asked him to come on his clone. Then he just take 3 steps. Fly one, two, three, and then actually he show him, now look downward and tell me what you can see. Then and actually look to the downward direction, and then he actually see a very cliff surface was there, and after that surface ends, everything ends, there was no land. He was actually shocked and he say, oh, that night I come to the end of land, means I am at the edge, and after this there is no land, means the whole universe has actually just ended. What's this? Where I am? He was shocked like anything, and he was asking so many doubts and queries and questions to Gyani Baba. And then Gyani Baba say, oh, 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 calm down, cool down, have some patience. I will reveal all the details to you very soon. Try to again see very carefully where you are, and again the same kind of scenario. He could see that there is no land. He could see the cliff, and after that cliff, the very narrow cliff was there, and after that there was no land, end of land, and for him it was end of universe. So then after that, Gyani Baba told him, don't worry, that night after the storm, you landed on a very huge animal. On the actually that animal's whole body, you are thinking as a whole universe, and you are living your life on the body of a giant elephant. Now the whole mystery actually reveal why he is landed to a new direction, why he could not actually go to his whatever desired locations. Everything actually he was understanding, but he was so confused still. He was not understanding anything. Now this elephant, his name is Gambhir. On his trunk, actually that night, the tiny Chanchal landed, and he was living his life on the body of this giant elephant. Now he is also having some story. Gambhir is a very when he was a little young baby, at that moment of time, his mother always tell him that whatever your father and other members tell you, you have to listen to them. Elephant don't have to actually judge or put any kind of logic within things. They just need to listen to others. Whatever others say, that is actually they need to take it as a command, and they need to follow. And his father was a very strict parent, and he always used to tell Gambhir that life is very hard. The elephant's life is having a lot of struggle. We have to struggle hard for getting our food. Elephant's life is always in danger, and we actually always need to work hard. All this kind of thing actually he was heard from his father, his mother. And actually that year there was a drought, and it was a very hard situation for all the animals. And now every one of them decided to, rather than living in a herd, they will get separated, and at least everyone may survive individually. And that's how now he was also become enough younger to leave their Gambhir was become enough younger to leave actually now he was not baby, but he was a very young smart elephant, and now it was a time to leave his parents, and he has to start his own life on his own. So that was Gambhir's story, and that's how actually Gambhir was separated from his herd. So you have already heard about Gambhir. Now you just try to think about elephants' properties or characteristics. Their eyes are very small, means their eyesight is not that much good, but their ears are very heavy and very large in size. They actually could listen things very sharply, very sharp listening power they are having. And of course it's a power bank of energy, enthusiasm, and a lot of energy is there. So always you can have so many properties of yeah, characteristics of elephant. So just think about whatever characteristics you could understand or remember. Now moving ahead, Gyani Baba narrated to Chanchal. Now these are all things up till now we have seen. Now Gyani Baba told him some secrets. Now that biggest secret was revealed, that Chanchal was landed onto the Gambhir's body, and he was staying his whole life, means after that stormy night, you up to till date he was not knowing he is actually staying on some elephant's body. And now the secret was revealed, so one by one actually now Gyani Baba is going to reveal the story. So now whatever Gyani Baba narrated to Chanchal, we will see one by one. First, you are the conscious element and your elephant is the subconscious element. You are the thinking critical side of this operation. Elephant is the engine and vehicle that powers your intellectual efforts. Though you are small and he is large, your influence on him is very powerful. You must be mindful of the messages you give to your elephant. You must learn to cooperate with him and work together as a team to reach your goals. Alone, it would take you a very long time to achieve your goal of reaching Oasis. But if you guide your elephant, the distance becomes much shorter and easier. So, Gyani Baba actually told Chanchal that Chanchal is a conscious element and elephant is a subconscious element, and now both of them are team. If Chanchal wants to achieve any goal in life, actually he needs to team up with the subconscious, otherwise his subconscious will actually landed him somewhere else where he want to go, he will never reach there, and that's why he need to team up with his subconscious element, otherwise it will be very difficult for him to actually complete his journey, because he is very small, the tiny animal for so tiny species, it's very difficult to actually achieve the such a huge and large goals. But if he meets with the giant species and he could actually make a team up, that how to communicate with that giant animal, things may become easier for him. And that giant animal is actually very obedient, and that's why it's very easy to guide him for whatever he wants, wherever he want to land, wherever he want to go, it's very easy. That's what actually Gyani Baba was trying to tell to Chanchal. So these all points he narrated to Chanchal. After, now it's time to reveal the story. Up till now, whatever story we have seen, so in our story Chanchal plays the role of our conscious mind and Gambhir plays the role of our subconscious mind. Now, what do you mean by conscious mind? The conscious mind is your awareness at the present moment. You are aware of something on the outside as well as some specific mental functions happening on the inside. For example, you are aware of your environment, you are breathing, or the chair that you are sitting on. The subconscious mind or a preconscious mind consists of accessible information. You can become aware of this information once you direct your attention to it. Think of this as memory recall. You walk down the street to your home without consciously needing to be alert to your surroundings. You can talk on cell phones and still arrive home safely. You can easily bring to consciousness and the subconscious information about the path to your home. You can also easily remember phone numbers that you frequently use. So this is the definition of conscious and so, in this presentation, we have just reached to the conscious element and the subconscious element. What exactly the role of each, and how we can actually understand the power of subconscious, and how exactly we could use or utilize that power of subconscious, how to communicate with your subconscious. All these things are coming ahead very soon. For this story or for this lesson, this much. But yeah, of course, now you have to remember the character of this story. We are not going to again come along with the whole PPT, but we will just use these three characters One is Chanchal, that is ant, another is Gambhir, that is elephant, and third one is Gyani Baba, that is our owl. So these three characters you need to remember, because whenever we will see the rest part of our workshop, within that we may take these examples for understanding and making the concept easier. Now it's that we have understood the journey has started. Chanchal wants to go to Oasis. That is what his major goal of his target, whatever goal of his life. The goal he want to achieve, target he want to achieve, is he want to reach to Oasis. Now he understood that he can't reach to Oasis without the help of his elephant, because he is on the land, where that land is something who is very giant species. Now he need to understand how to communicate with that species. Otherwise for that tiny animal it's not possible. If he, even though, even that moment of time, Chanchal think of, rather than taking the help of elephant, why could I don't search for my rest of the members of my crew, and should I go to my colony again, so that my life will become similar. But again Yani Baba told him, oh, you again wanted to go to the similar kind of life. You are having different goals for your life, and you want to do something different. And once you get your actually that target, that goal, you will become stronger, and then you can actually go to your crew, and you can become a good leader in that crew. So that all things whatever Gyani Baba told him, he get inspired and motivated, and he now decided to actually find his oasis along with the help of this elephant. Now just try to understand the story. Actually we need to understand how to communicate with the elephant, what kind of difficulties might he might have, or both of them might have faced whenever they were started their journey, how their journey was, whether they have reached oasis or not. All these things are coming very soon in the next upcoming videos. So this much for this video. Thank you very much.